jack it up. We gon' burn it down. Burn it down.
This is the emergency broadcast system. The CDC is advising that you stay in your home.
We show up. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody.
We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party.
We show up in the party.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Elemental Development League, Week 6. Today, we have the Fallen Academy versus Unlucky Esports. Both teams 3-1. Should be a very good game coming out of the Runari division. I'm Kobe. Cole is not here today, so we have the best cast in EDL, Matt Pizza. We took him from the analyst desk. Matt Pizza, how's it going?
Really good, really excited and nervous to be on the casting desk for a change. Normally I'm on the analyst desk just vibing on the waveline with everyone, but I'm here right now and we're getting into draft, Kobe. We do have ULEA Academy, as you said, 3-1 versus TFA, who are also T1, and we see the bans, they're starting to trickle down through. So we got the Fiddlesticks up, JK. Never mind. We got the Rumble ban for the side of ULEA.
High priority in jungle, and the Urgot ban.
TFA does lose a ban because they are using an E-sub. So, with their first ban of the game, they decide to ban away the Echo. Presumably a flex pick for the jungle mid, and then we see a Jinx ban and a Sejuani ban and an Urgot ban.
All right, Matt Pizza, what do you want from each team in the draft? Like, what do you think? What kind of style will fit both ULE and TFA?
So, we did have representatives from ULEA and the Fallen Academy on the waveline, and ULEA, they like to play more of a by the year type game, and they don't really have like a solid, like, oh yeah, this is exactly how we play. We play to bot, we play to top. No, they're just kind of like, all right, who's ahead? How can we like make them to carry this game? So ULA is very flexible in that case. Well, TFA is looking a little bit more standard, right? We see that they like to play around their bot side. Their jungle likes to make plays happen on the map, and their solo laners just are chilling and vibing. So I do think ULEA's playstyle is a little bit more unique and a lot more versatile and adaptable. But yeah, as we see the B1 Thresh into the R1 Nautilus Ezreal.
There's the Ezreal. Yep, Ezreal, a very good pick right now with the Divine Sunderer build. Very powerful in the bot lane. But yeah, like you said, ULE adaptability is always great and competitive, being able to kind of change things on the fly, adapt your playstyle. So I definitely agree with you. I think that's very good, as we have both bot lanes locked in with the Sniper was hovered, but it will be Kai'Sa Thresh versus Nautilus Ezreal.
And
we have all the bot lanes locked in early, as per usual in draft. You know, you want a good early bot lane secured. So both teams heading for that route so far.
And if you look at this right now, right, we do have, it's Ezreal Nautilus. Now Ezreal, like you said, is a really strong champion with the Divine Sunderer. Like, that man is doing out a lot of damage. And we see ULEA decided to pick the Kai'Sa. Now Kai'Sa isn't like, we don't see Kai'Sa that much around in the comp scene anymore, right? Like, after the patch after patch of straight nerfs that she's gotten. But Kai'Sa Thresh, like, Kai'Sa is able to stack up her plasma stacks really fast with the Thresh CC, and Thresh does offer a lot of safe disengage with his Lantern. And ULA decides to round off their first phase of the draft with a Viego. That is a good flex into both the mid, top, and jungle positions. So
also we have Fiddlesticks coming out. That can also be a flex mid. It's TFA's feeling kind of, you know,
spicy,
kind of funny, kind of spicy. Most likely probably gonna be jungle Fiddle, but you never know. As a phase 2 of bans with Mordekaiser and Gnar taken away, securing some good matchups for the top laners who don't want to play against. Yasuo will come through in the ban.
With the Gnar ban, I believe ULEA is probably gonna be looking for an engage or type top laner. Maybe the Ornn, maybe the Sion, something that like gets harassed by Gnar is what I'm imagining, as TFA decided to ban the Mordekaiser and the Yasuo. Now the Yasuo ban is kind of interesting. Edku is a good ban, as it seems like we're going to be ending off with a Malzahar ban. So yeah, it is a Shen being picked for TFA.
Kind of like you said, it's kind of engaged. You know, you do have good global presence with the Shen. Can always go in across the map, taunt. So a bunch they presence here for TFA so far. As Malzahar was banned, so no QSS tax and me need paid so far.
Mm-hmm. And they do decide to pick up the Set. Now Set is a really strong champion into Shen. Even if Shen can block the autos, it's the Haymaker that Shen needs to be really careful of.
Mm-hmm.
Those trades with the Haymaker up, like, it is devastating for Shen. And right now, ULA, they need a heavy AP carry in this game. My thoughts are on a Victor, but what about you, Kobe?
Yeah, I think Victor is kind of like the standard. You want a heavy AP carry, just kind of lock in Victor. I kind of want to see something like an Oriana. I don't think we've seen kind of like Oriana in a while in the comp scene. It's kind of like falling out of the meta, but I do agree with you. I think AP is a must here, but also the Set, I do like it because Shen wants to ult. You can kind of E or even ult to Shen, and Shen can't really go anywhere.
Mm-hmm. For sure, I think an Oriana would be really good into the comp as well, as they have the Set showstoppering into their team, and just looks like we got some movie magic. Seems like it's a Kassadin.
It's a Kassadin versus a Akali, so Akali definitely wants to be punching that lane hard early before Kassadin can kind of scale up. Mm-hmm. But if that Akali gets bad, that's gonna be a scary sight. Because your solo queue games, you always play against the good Akalis, but you always get the bad ones in your team. So, Kassadin versus Akali. So, Matt, so what do you think of the comps overall from what you see?
So, like you were saying, Kobe, the Akali versus Kassadin matchup is gonna be the most pivotal point of this game, I believe. Because I believe both of these bot laners, they're really good. I don't expect to see a lot of fighting in the solo isolated 2v2 bot lane. Top lane, I expect the Shen to be pushed in. Not much you could do against the Set. Set does have his passive, so I don't expect to be seeing a lot of solo kills. But it's these junglers and mid laners that are gonna decide who wins the game and who loses the game, right? So my thoughts is that Fiddlesticks early ganking isn't that easy to do. And meanwhile, we do have Viego. Now Viego's early game gank potential is a little bit better than Fiddlesticks. So if the Viego is able to get the Kassadin ahead and is able to turn the Kassadin into the level 16 1v9 Kassadin carry that ULEA is looking
the raid
for,
boss.
yeah, then it might be doomed for TFA. But at the same time, TFA, they have such a wombo combo comp right now. They have the Fiddlesticks ult, the Nautilus CC, the Ezreal Essence. What's his ulti again? Is it Essence Flux or is that his W?
I think W is Essence Flux.
It's True Shot Barrage. Thanks. Thank you, production. But yeah, they have a lot of AoE damage coming in, and it's gonna be a hectic fight for sure. And I think it's gonna be centered around how these junglers make use of their jungle leads and how these mid laners play with their lanes.
Yep. I also think ULE, their draft kind of fits their playstyle, kind of playing by ear. Because if you have Ezreal gets fed or something like that, if you dive on him and Viego gets to reset, Viego becomes the Ezreal and he's gonna be doing a lot of damage. But also if anywhere else is not going great, but mid is kind of even, you're gonna want to play for that Kassadin and let him be at level 16, just kind of take over the game. So I think ULE, their draft definitely does kind of match their playstyle. But we'll have to see. Should be a great game and a great series. Both teams are 3-1 right now, so definitely fighting for the top of Lunari. This could be a possible playoff matchup in the future too. So definitely kind of want to feel out the opponent. I was hoping for a banger series.
For sure, Kobe. And if you're looking at both of these team comps, right? In your opinion, which comp do you think just scales better into the game? Which comp can afford to take it nice and slow?
I definitely think ULE's comp. You do of course have the Kassadin, but also get some items on Viego. Viego can kind of take over the game with his ultimate resets and his passive. Also Kai'Sa, Kai'Sa kind of fell out a bit, but still is a very good ADC, EDL. You see it a lot. So overall, I think UE does have a bit of the scale advantage, but if TFA does get ahead, like Akali gets fed, Ezreal can get like Divine Center early, then they can kind of look to kind of put UE on their own timer, because if they keep pressuring early, there's going to be little opportunity for the cast and then kind of get level 16. So I think if you're TFA, you kind of want this game to end quick. But if you're ULE, you just kind of want to stick to how the game's feeling out and just play around what you know in the game so far.
As both teams are going into game, and we will be hitting the spectator delay, so we will see you guys back as soon as the game starts.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are now in game for game one. Champion to spawn on Summoner Rift. So kind of a I feel like that was a way shorter loading time than we usually have with Spectre. So Matt Pizza, does anything stand out to you about the runes as a let's see, unlucky esports looking for a little death bush action right here?
For sure, ULEA, they're trying to look for the sneaky kill onto Lo-Fi Foot Fetish, who is playing the Ezreal. And as you mentioned, Kobe, Ezreal's rune of choice, Lethal Tempo, is something I raised questions about, because normally you see an Ezreal with the Conqueror, and
Mhm.
it works really well with the Divine Center. But Lethal Tempo is an interesting choice into their team. I would imagine that you wouldn't want to get into auto attack range against a set Viego Cassidon who can like easily get onto you. I would more so try to just Q poke from far away. But nonetheless, I am not playing in this game. It is Lo-Fi Foot Fetish, who we have seen around in EL before.
Yeah, and last stream Lo-Fi Fed is on. I'm pretty sure he popped off. Did very good. Yeah, Cassidy also opting for the fleet footwork. Once more kind of survivability in lane as we have no love. Ooh, actually,
Oh.
EFA in the bush. You back off there. No funny level 1 engage so far. As a bit of a trade-in down top side so far.
Just a lot of trading going on. Lo-Fi Foot Fetish was able to just land a single Q onto Major, like just get the HP advantage for the bot lane as Shen is aggressively trading with Lucerus as on the set. And little did you know, Shen level 1 is actually pretty strong if he is able
Yep.
to get his empowered Q autos. It is a really scary champion. And yeah, we see that Phil6 decided to start on the top side, whereas Viego decided to start on the bot side. So both jungles are going to be pathing opposite from each other. We might see some action at the special 3-minute 15 mark when Viego could be looking to gank the Shen.
Yep. Also, the Scuttle Crab respawning. The old NA special. You want to die first for the Scuttle Crab. But yeah, as VBUs, premier infamous top laner, how do you feel about this top lane matchup? We are seeing a lot of trading so far in the top lane.
Yeah. Like, I mean, that little like segment that we just says it all. Like, Shen can get good trades in, but the problem with that is just once level 3 hits, he has the Haymaker, and like your life just becomes so much harder. The lane is just now controlled by the set, and you just gotta wait for your
Actually, has
Phil
a
6
Kali
to
going in on
gank.
Cassidy, do a good chunk of health right there, as we should expect. Kali kind of wants to bully out the Cassidy early while he's weak.
Now, while we see Viego does have top prio on the schedule, this Akali, Queen Frost, does need to be really careful. Viego, she is overextended, and Viego can come in and look to gank as TFA Weeaboo Joe is spotted, and this is the gank that we're talking about, Kobe, as the W and Q miss, and Queen Frost actually is able to just get out of it alive.
Yep,
Not
Kali
bringing any
Twilight
subs.
Shroud. Just drop that down, walk out, no harm done there. Yeah, but it did look like both the bot lane too was kind of in river hovering, so they could have committed a lot there, but decided not to, and we no harm, no foul. As Fiddle actually gets double scuttled here as Viego's going in on a bot lane game.
As the
With
W
the
connects,
summon
Elite
autos.
Omega could be in trouble.
Overall, exhaust for heal.
Oh,
The first hook lands, goes back in. Lo-Fi Foot Fetish will be going down. First blood over to Viego. Very clean jungle Pavin out here from Oh, Jesus, he was 13. I looked at the scoreboard, but you know he was Ezreal instead of Diego. I was like, well, what's going on here? But yeah, very clean path and did get both Scuttles. Did gank mid, take bot Scuttle and went down for bot lane. And originally you thought it'll be this Heal for Exhaust in the bot lane, but then a really nice re-engagement, guys. We do have another gank attempt here. Set should be fine. Just wanna walk it out.
And like we said, Kobe, early on, Fiddlesticks can't really gank that well pre-6 before he has his ulti. Whereas Viego is able to make things happen, as we've seen. He was able to go mid. Unfortunately, he didn't burn anything. But right after he went mid, he got the Scuttle in bot side, and Lo-Fi Foot Fetish and Elite Omega, they didn't realize that he was padding bot side, and they decided to take a fight. That fight did start with another skew being hooked onto Major Leg, and Major Leg was like, okay, I'll take the skew in exchange for your guys' life, and the Death Sentence was able to connect, and Jesus Juice 13 was able to get the first blood of this game.
Yep, really good hook out for Major Lag on the thresh here. UEA did have bot trial, so they're gonna start Mountain Drake. Was like TFA kind of wanted to intervene a bit, but they decided not to, just back off. It will only
This could be the
Mountain Drake.
regank of the
Also,
century.
Alright, so we were kind of late. We need to do Drake predictions, Matt Pizza. So I'm gonna go Ocean because you know we already had a Mountain, and next one's Cloud.
All right, I'll go Infernal. Like, I like a little bit of a damage.
Yep. We can't be wrong.
Yeah, one of us has to be right.
Yeah,
you gotta
as,
love.
A bit trading back and forth here in the bot lane. Hook for hook, but no real big damage done here. UEA are kind of building up a decent gold lead early, about 1k. No, it's not like anything end of the world for TFA, but they're farming up very well. Cassin is leading the farm, was by a whole a wave and a bit more. Kaiser's out for an Ezreal. Set is out from Shen, so very good stuff coming out here early from UEA.
And as we look at the builds right now, Kobe, since we have some downtime, actually, maybe we don't even have downtime. We could be seeing Jesus just. Unfortunately, he does miss the W and the Q, and not too much is going to be gained. Green Forest and TFA Weebujo could be looking to turn this around, but they decided not to. As things are coming out, we know that TFA Weebujo is on the top side of the map. Now, Lucerus does need to be careful, as
Major's hook just goes inches. So, oh, actually, Cassin to be in the river right now, doing a bunch of damage on Fiddle, right? Let's try to kite this one out. Akali! Akali! Okay, Queen Frost. Wow. Like, Cassin kind of got deleted after that, but, we have more fighting down the bot side. As
the heal coming out as
going down on the Nautilus. Can't really get in range at all. Ezreal's gonna be free hitting the Kaisa, and now they have to be careful. Oh, really nice hook. Major Lag might be going down. Should be fine, but really nice hook. We do have a TP coming out. It looks like it's gonna be from Akali. Oh no, Set, my bad. And this is a fight back and forth right now. As Nautilus should be going down with the Shin TP on top. Here comes Set. And it will just be a 1-for-1 trade of lives for the supports here after we had a TP down from Set, and then Shen answered with his ult. And so overall, a pretty even trade at the end of it, a very extended fight. But this hook right here, wow, that was kind of a crazy interaction with Thresh right there. We see the Set TP come down right now. We'll just kind of run down the Nautilus, who was low health. Shen did try to save him, couldn't, but was able to kind of escape. So overall, a 1-for-1 down in the bot lane.
For sure. And Kobe, that Shen ulti actually was catastrophic for Raining Wolves. The wave was pushing into him, and with the use of his ult, he practically denied himself about 2 waves of gold and XP, and now he actually just didn't get much out of it, right? Like, he got an assist, whereas the Set was able to get.
And we have more fighting. As Fiddle really popped, but you know, Set should be fine. But I know we were talking. I don't mean to cut you off, but I know we were talking a lot about like, you know, these teams, they kind of want to scale, you know. But we kind of see the options that so far. They have a pretty action-packed early game coming out from both teams.
Mhm.
Gold is even again, but as TFA will be starting out Rift Herald right now, should be able to get it for free. I don't think Unlucky has a lot of room to answer that, so it'll be interesting to see where they want to put that in the map. So, Matt Pisa, what do you think of the game state right now? Who
So,
do you
I
think
mean,
it
yeah, right.
favors?
Well, right now it's like we said, right? It's gonna revolve around a lot of how these junglers want to play their game, and these junglers have been doing a good job trying to like find leads. Weeaboo Joe, not Weeaboo Joe, sorry, my bad. Jesus Juice 13. He was able to get the double scuttle, gank mid twice, and go bot and pick up a kill. Like Jesus Juice is doing a lot on the map right now, and is up in CS. So right now, TFA Weeaboo Joe, he is level 7. He has his ulti. He did mess up the play top side, but he did get set splash. So this could be a good regank opportunity. Go top gank, or even he does have Rift Herald, right? Lots of plays that he could do. He could look to drop Rift mid and go to Dragon. But it seems like we have a little rotation coming up from the side of UEA, and Green Frost really does need to be careful as they are spotted out.
As Major Lad is looking for the hook, he is pretty fast. Will drop the exhaust. The hook will go wide, but afraid of exhaust for flash. You take that every single day. And now we might have another fight here in the river. It looks like TFA does not want to give this one up for free, as Fiddle and Akali are still coming down. Nautilus will have to flash the Thresh hook. See who is going to start up
And it
the
seems
Cloud Drake.
UAEA is able to set up their first, as they do have the set rotating over. Shen still doesn't have his TP up for a few seconds, and
He doesn't
TFA
have
cannot
ult.
look to fight this. Fiddlesticks decides, no, we're fighting this. Comes in with the surprise party and the Shen ult.
As the fight goes out, Queen Frost will take down the Casterman, and it's just all over the place this fight. As Queen Frost with a double kill, really nice to cancel on the Akali. Viego will get a reset, but it will not probably be enough. He does manage to kill the Actally. Wow, Viego is very balanced champion, right? But it will be a clean ace for EFA. Now they will get the Cloud Drake. So like you were saying, Matthew, they did not look poised to fight, but you know, Fiddle went in, ulted, Shen came down with the TP on top of the Fiddle, I believe. And wow, a lot of credit for Queen Frost that fight. They're really good getting on the back line, just killing the Cassidy, and then season second part of the ult. Actually, no, not us. Yeah, Queen Frost really good mechanic on the Akali. And then DFA, they play that pretty clean. And now this game is not really blown open, I would say, but definitely a bit of advantage for TFA right now. They
For sure,
did drop
Cody.
Rift Herald. Where did they drop Rift Herald at?
I believe it was dropped bot side.
Bot side, yeah.
And like you said, Kobe, with that fight, the Kali is now 3-0, and she is starting to snowball. Shen, who made a little blunder with his first Shen ult, absolutely made it up with his second. The Fiddlesticks Shen ult combo just eradicated UEA, and Jesus just did his best to try to even out the playing field, but unfortunately, when all of your team members are dead and you're the only one alive, there's only so much you can do, even on a champ such as Viego.
Yeah, it looks like Queen Frost kind of wants to go for the more hyper carry playstyle here with the Night Harvester instead of the Riftmaker, and definitely is looking very good on the Akali so far. I do think it's a bit unlucky. Nautilus has 3 kills and Ezreal has 0 right now, because if Ezreal had those 3 kills, probably would be on Divine Thunder right now. A very big power spike for Ezreal right now because it is broken on him, honestly. Yeah, so EFA definitely looks like they are in control of this game, as Unlucky will try to make something happen mid lane, but not a lot. So Ezreal, Nautilus will be kind of safe, farming out, chilling in the bot lane, pushing the wave in. But here comes Viego with the bot lane of ULE. You can see they escape this one. A TP will be coming down from the Shen. And we have actually got canceled by Set in top lane. It's a really nice play by Set. That could have been turned on Unlucky Esports very easily, but you know, Set probably is E'd the Shen. Cancel him out as TP. Very nice play from him. Yeah, but we're seeing a pretty aggressive early 15 minutes as Unlucky wants to go back in. But I don't think you want that hook, Major Lag. Fiddler's right there. Will flash in, kill Thresh. Rosemary has to run for their lives. And Viego can't really do a lot there. Both summons burned from Rosemary right there. And see some trading back at top lane, but I see that a lot of the focus in this game has been on the bot lane from both junglers so far.
I mean, yeah, like you said, Kobe, that was a good gank coming in from the side of UEA. Jesus was going in, and it did take the TP from Raining Wolves. Now, obviously, Seth was able to stop it, and with the TP gone, TFA was just like, alright, we'll pull out a second trump card, we'll have our Fiddlesticks gank, and that Fiddlesticks gank worked out really well, as Major Lag did fall down to it, and it was just like, it was just good plays by TFA. They're not getting too distracted on if one play fails. They're thinking about what to do next and how to win the game from there. And as we look at items, right, Kobe, like you said, the Akali did decide to opt for the Night Harvester over the Riftmaker. And another item choice I want to highlight is Raining Wolves' Warmogs on Shen first. Now, I've played Shen. Warmogs first on Shen is more so a team pick, right? You're looking to split push. You're looking to be able to contest the set in the side lane, whereas a normal Shen player might try to opt for the Sunfire, might even try to go for the Titanic first. This Warmock's first item on Shen is going to be really impactful in the side lane, as they might just be doing this Rift Herald uncontested.
Yeah, they should give free. I don't think TFA has to commit a lot. It is second Rift Herald, won't get a whole lot of value out of it, but yo, TFA are comfortably in control of this game right now. I want to see what Queen Frost opts to do, because it is definitely ahead by a lot of the Casson, and as we kind of all expected, but see what he can do all around the map. Like, we will be trading bot lane will go mid, and mid lane will go bot. As we do have Ocean Drake, so what's Ocean? I got one right finally, kind of sure, but
it is Ocean
15
Drake
seconds, too. And UEA is already here. They might just get this one uncontested unless TFA wants to fight for it again. They did have a really good fight last Drake, as we might be starting out early here. First we'll go wide, but Shen does have TP, or does have his ult up. See what they want to do.
Now, Kobe, if we look at this, right, I just want to, before the fight starts, I just want to make note of this. The Sun has assisted 6 of the 8 kills for the side of TFA. That is an insane, that is a 75% KP coming in at a top laner. Like, a lot of these plays, they're very well coordinated, right? We see all of TFA working together to get the kills, whereas UEA, they're a little bit more like disorganized. It seems to be that Casson is not able to get his damage in defense. As the
I'm gonna cut you off right here, man,
because
Nautilus will try to flash hook. They did land the hook, but not a whole lot of re-engage from side of TFA. They will retain River Cryo now. As a set is going to be sent up with TP to answer the wave, so looks like UEA is going to kind of give over the Ocean Drake. TFA will take for 3, but Shen might be in trouble here. Viego is coming down top river. Should be fine.
I guess UEA decided that it was not worth to contest his dragon with the waves, with the amount of CS that is being lost in the top side, and Jesus just might be looking to just drop the Herald top side and get the kill onto Raining Wolves.
Yeah, and that's one of the good things about Shen, I think, is like you can kind of keep him top until a fight actually does start breaking out. As we have Nautilus engaging here on the Viego.
And the Wombo coming in.
No combo in the Wombo, but both teams just kind of disengage out. No kills there. And the little river scuffle we have. But Shen, no, you kind of have to keep him topside. Oh, as a hook will land for Major Lag, but no one there follow up. Yeah, but Shen, you know, can kind of keep him topside during his river fights and kind of call him at a notice mode. So kind of good play. Just kind of pushing top, they're in it, and UAE's like, yeah, we don't want to lose top tower for this. Kind of call set up there, and TFA, very nice macro so far. As the goal lead is slowly getting closer. I think it was about 3K, and now it's a bit under 3K, about 2.5K. So, you know, UAE What do they have to do, kind of get back in this game at Pisa?
So UA, I think they just need to slow down. I think they did realize during the last Drake that guys, we are a scaling team. We have Cassin, we have Kaisa, and we have Viego. We can afford to take it slow. We can relax. Let's ease off the acceleration. Let's give them the next 2 dragons and look to scale. Let's look to get levels on the Cassin. Cassin right now is level 12 and he is the level ahead of Queen Frost. So he is doing his job. He is trying to scale. He has 152 CS. He is most in the game. So he is doing his job. He may be 0-2, but he is trying to scale. He's trying to be impactful. And like he's just gonna scale. And with that scaling comes the opportunity to win this game. Now, TFA, they have a different type of game plan. Anytime UEA is like, alright, we want to contest this objective, TFA is just like, okay, check this Fiddlesticks ult into Shen ult into Queen Frost, assassinating the rest of your backline. Like, it honestly comes down, in my opinion, to whether the Kassadin can scale up and Kaisa can scale up fast enough to the point where the Womble for the side of TFA isn't effective enough.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I mean, have Cassin, you can kind of afford to slow things down for a bit. But as Queen Frost will be looking to evade this gank, the hook will land. They're going in on Queen Frost. I don't think they can kill. Nope, the Shin ult will come in. Shin wants to go back in on the Thresh. Kali looking to kind of take out the Thresh, but here comes Fiddlesticks on the flank. Blast the flash. Kali goes in. And that is a dead Thresh, really, really well played. And that's kind of what we've been seeing. We've been seeing kind of UEA kind of want to force an issue in a lane, but then, you know, Fiddle from TFA will just kind of show up, and that fight will get turned as we do have a 1v1 here out in the top lane. Shin will land a taunt after the set ult. It's a really close fight so far, but Shin should be able to pick up this kill. Yep, will do. And that is a solo bow out in top lane. So, you know, Reign of Wolves kind of, like you said, is everywhere on the map making plays so far, so really well played out from him. But yeah, earlier Viego had to drop Rift Herald, was lucky to kind of get a charge off of it, almost didn't. But we do have mid tier 1 going down from UEA. So like there's kind of a theme here, you know, every time UEA kind of wants to force a play, Fiddle always shows up and TFA is able to turn it. So, you know, really well played from Weeaboo Joe out in the jungle. As Nautilus might be looking for a hook.
Yeah, for sure, Kobe. Like TFA Weeaboo Joe's pathing this game is on point. He is able to counter gank most of the ganks Jesus Juice has been trying to do. Most of the plays that UEA has been trying to do. He is there with his surprise party and is able to just help out his team. And by doing so, you've now allowed your Akali to be 4-0-2. She is sitting on Lichbane almost. And Kassadin still needs a bit more time to scale. And if I was UEA right now, I would just say, guys, it's fine. Let's just give this dragon and go for 4th drag. But I'm not them, and they might be looking. And if they face check that bush right there, they're dead.
Yeah, TFA is stacking up in that little pixel brush in the river. But we do have a flank coming down here from the Castle and Thresh. Let's see. Set is going to go in. The hook from Nautilus will miss wide. But as Cassin's caught out here, Cassin might go down instantly. Kali trying to get on top. We use a perfect execution, go in. Can't find enough damage on there. As we have I was paying attention to Kali, but the whole fight is on the top side of the river as Reign of Wolves will pick up a kill. As Weeaboo Joe did also kill the Kaisa. So like we said, like UEA, they might fight, they might not, but they did, and they're kind of paying a price for it as looks like Foot Fence might get a little too aggressive here. Will blast Cone over the wall of safety. Yeah, but just like you said, Matt Pisa, UEA, I don't think they had to fight there either. They didn't really have good vision, and they kind of did face check a bit. And TFA, you know, coming out on top on these river fights single-handedly.
As we look back on the fight, right, it seemed like it was a good angle to pinch TFA, but unfortunately, TFA decided to just go onto the Kassadin that's left, and TFA had to burn a lot. But even if they did burn the Shen ult, the Shen ulti, where all the CC was there, right? it was just like they were still able to keep Queen Frost alive. And Caston, although he was alive, a lot of his teammates died because it was such a split fight. TFA was able to just play a two frontal assault. The Akali was able to zone off both Caston and Major Leg out of the fight, and you're just left with Lucerus, Viego, and Kaisa, and that's not enough to handle the full brunt that TFA has. They have the Shaco, or wow, they have the Fiddlesticks, the Ezreal, the Nautilus, and the Shen. Like a 3v4 on that side of the map would have lost UEA, and then the rest of UEA's members were just zoned off by the 4-0 Akali. It was just a bad fight to take, especially when you're looking to scale for the side of UEA.
As Nautilus hook will land on the Thresh. Thresh should be going down here. Queen Frost is unstoppable. 5-0-2. Very good performance on the Akali so far. Kind of taking over this game a bit. Yeah, but yeah, TFA, they're playing really well together. Cause like I think we only saw like one solo kill out in the top lane, but that was like right after a team fight. So TFA very coordinated and will be poised to take the Baron after that pick on Thresh. And I mean, why not? You know, Set is top side, Kaisa is still mid. I don't even think they know what's going on here. As I
And
that'd be a
as
clean Baron taken from.
Baron is sneaked away, and TFA might be looking to fight after this, but decides not to.
Yeah, Unlucky Esports will take the mid tier 2 though. Set was kind of pushing, so you know, at least got something back, but we'll have to see how TFA is going to utilize this Baron power play. I would say sponsored by Rogue Energy, but we're not on the VB channel right now, so I don't know if I can. But yeah, so yeah, TFA is kind of clean macro-wise. They got to pick off on mid on Thresh. They saw, okay, you know, Set is bot, let's do Baron, and they got it. I don't know if EA had any knowledge that they were playing. So yeah, really well played from TFA. Kind of increasing his goal lead almost a 4K. They are down in towers though right now, but what do you want to see out of this Baron power play? You just want to see a typical 1-3-1 map pizza?
Honestly, and for this specific Baron power play, I think TFA can just kind of run it down. Any Nautilus hook landing on any of them, and they're just dead. TFA is up in 9 kills. They have a 3k gold lead with those 9 kills. So honestly, they can pretty much do whatever they want.
Yep.
In all honesty, I don't see a way UEA can come out of this. They
Yep, they're
really should
gonna
have
be
given.
4-1 right now. The
Yeah,
Shen from top side, they took mid tier 2. I don't know what Set is doing. Set is kind of off by zone in the jungle. Yeah, but
And-
you unlucky. They kind of look like they don't have an answer to this. Like they're kind of all out of sorts right now.
For sure. And like it's like you said, Kobe, all this game is now in the hands of TFA. They are in such a good position to close out this game. The Shen has the Warmax, has the Frostfire Gauntlet. Like it is a really scary thing. This 1-4 that they are doing is really deadly. Since the fact that no one really has the damage to kill Shen aside from Viego and Kaisa. But even then, are you really going to catch up to a Frostfire Gauntlet Shen without like expending both the ults from the side of UEA?
Most likely not. So no, unlucky. They do have a 1-con. It is that level 14 cast and then 2 levels away from the Thanos level, you know. As actually Nautilus is going here. Oh my god, that is a lot of damage taken out. Queen Frost is now dominating on the Akali. TFA is going to take spot here too. They might look to re-engage again. Fiddle goes back in. And all of UEA has to flash away from that. And the Shen was burned there. But, you know, a really good Baron power play so far. As they are now going to walk in the river, take Ocean Soul. So they're going to be really, really strong. So this should be a TFA win. You know, never say never. We have seen crazier things before, but a really well played Baron power play from TFA.
And like you said, Kobe, they're able to get the mid tier 2 and bot tier 2 as well off of that one play, and they're able to get 3 of UEA's flashes. They're able to get the flash on the Keston, Kaisa, and the Thresh. Now, they will have their combo up before they have flash again. And this next fight, which I presume to be at Baron in 2 minutes 20 seconds, that is gonna decide the game. That is gonna tell us whether this game is gonna end for the side of TFA or if it is gonna go on for another 3 minutes until the Elder Dragon. And right now, TFA is just sitting comfortably in the lead of this game. They have so many shutdowns, so much gold. There is a 5k gold gap between them and UAA. And in all honesty, this game does seem to be just one for the side of TFA. Now, that doesn't mean that they should just, just ease off the acceleration. The Caston is, like you said, 2 levels away from level 16 becoming a god, and it is still losable, but the chances of losing this game are very slim. So,
Yeah, especially they Nautilus tried to find a pick on Major Lag Flash, did not hit anything, but Elder will be spawning also too in 445, and then on a level 16 casting with Elder, that seems kind of scary to me if you're like at Edrill or Akali, unsuspectingly. And they do have the Viego too, so this game is looking quite like cloudy for Unlucky, but they still have some windows to try to come back in this game at. And we'll try to go in
as
on
Rosemary might be caught right here, cut between the Shen and the team, but no one sees Rosemary right there, and she might just be able to get out. Oh my gosh, she's actually able to get out.
As gonna go in with the ultimate. Nautilus will go off on Viego. They're just committing really hard here on this tower. And with a 3-man taunt, really nice taunt coming out. The set RKO coming through, passing it on Scissor of Health.
That's a
might not be able to, will eventually walk out with that huge shield from the Haymaker. Overall, that looked like a really risky play from TFA. They did not get punished for it at all. But overall, actually, the re-engage coming out here, that might go down a huge Haymaker, but will take down 2. As Nautilus is a slither of health away from dying. Jesus will get re-engaged on. A double kill for the Akali here. Might be a triple. The Ezreal will pick up that kill. Yeah, so now I think if you're TFA, you can kind of end off this.
No, that was a really extended fight, and
Yep.
I don't know if people saw, but the Kaisa D-up Rosemary was stuck between the Shen in the top side and the rest of the team, as we're not going to get a replay that far back, but let's take a look at this again. They do get the tier 2 top turret, and Lucerys is at a quarter HP, gets hooked by the Nautilus. Nautilus is taking a lot of turret, and the Haymaker comes in, does a good amount of damage, but it isn't enough. Viego and Caston try to do something. Both flashes come in from Physics and Lo-Fi Foot Fetish, and the Zanyas just keeps Akali up alive, and unfortunately that little glimmer of hope that UEA had were just snuffed out when both Cassidon and Jesus Juice died. And with that, the Baron does go over to the side of TFA.
Cassidon, careful. Cassidon TP down to bot, but was answered instantly by Polly. Polly's gonna go in. Might be a solo bow here, and it will be. Oh my goodness, Team Frost is legendary now, just running all over this game. 9-0-2 on the Akali. But yes, and they will pick up Baron. Probably looking to end here before Eldrake spawns. Do not give Unlucky Esports a hope of coming back in this game. It is almost a 10k goal lead, and you have everything you need to kind of end the game. One more fight should do it.
And Kobe, these 4 kills that UEA have, those were only in the first few minutes of the game.
Yep.
I don't believe they got a kill in the next 15 minutes of the game. And
yeah, it kind of felt like they were forcing their own death too, because like every fight that we saw, it was always Unlucky engagement and TFA re-engagement and win the fight after. So really well played out from TFA here.
And now we just have the NA ARAM coming in as the hook lands onto Ezreal, and a massive flay coming in, but it isn't enough.
On the back line, we'll get body slammed by Set. Will R2 away. Weaver Jones has ulted. Will go down, but I don't think that is going to be enough for Unlucky as they take the tower. And Viego will get absolutely deleted off the Summoner's Rift right now. This should definitely be game as the victory marches down to the Nexus for TFA.
For sure. And Kobe, like, as we're going into the next game, right? What do you think UEA has to do to change? What draft changes do you think they need to do in order to win the next
Don't
game?
give Cream Frost a collie again. I think
Mm-hmm.
looks really really good. 11-0-4 TFA will take game one, in pretty convincing fashion. 24-5 on the kills. And so it was like Unlucky could not like find their foot in this game at all. They kind of do like a play by ear, but it seems like they're always the ones trying to force the issue, but the issue got turned back on them by TFA. So really well played out as we see the Divine Thunder Ezreal damage taking over the game.
Mm-hmm. And as we're going to the stats, right, Cody? Like said for the side of UEA did so much damage. Tried
Mhm.
like those haymakers, right? It was mathematically correct set to a point. He did have the guard drinker, and it was a lot of damage coming out from the set, but it just wasn't enough. The Shen was, even though he was in a losing matchup, did so much on the map. He had such a high KP, and he was able to play his macro really well. The combo that TFA had allowed them to win the game. And going into next game, you really don't want them to have that type of combo again. You really want to look to take away those picks or look to punish those picks harder. TFA did a good job of banning the Mordekaiser, which is one of Shen's hardest matchups. And I mean, yeah.
Yep, so TFA winning game one in very convincing fashion. We'll have to see how Unlucky Esports will respond in game two after we head to a short break, and we will see you all in draft of game two. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Game 2 of Unlucky Esports versus the Fallen Academy. So Game 1 was kind of a stomp, if you would, from TFA. They kind of took the fights that ULE gave them, and they came in on top. And that's kind of a weird thing, though, because I feel like a team like ULE, who like plays a game by ear, they can get stopped one game, but they can come back and just dominate you game 2. So we'll have to see. Matt Pizza, what do you think ULE has to do in order to win game 2?
Now, last game, ULA played the early game. They played it pretty well. Jesus just was doing what he needed to do, and he was making plays around the map. He ganked mid, he ganked bot, and he was doing the best he could. He even got first blood. But once mid game hit, once the Fiddlesticks Shen combo came in, that was when ULA's fate was sealed. And going into this next game, they either need an answer to that, they need to be able to withstand their Wombo, or they just need to outright ban it. And like the previous game, Kobe, TFA does lose one ban because they are e-subbing in a lo-fi foot fetish. And this game going in, we have ULEA back on blue side and TFA on red side. Now,
Yep, and like you said, Fiddle is already banned away from ULE. Also, the Akali, I think, was a problem. I think Queen Frost pretty much just popped off on the Akali. Looked very good mechanically. That's not something you see in like IBS very often, but did very well. I think it was like 9-0-2 final scoreline, something like that. Yeah, but also like TFA's draft, they had a lot of really good picks here. Like the Ezreal, I think Ezreal's kind of pick or ban right now with the Divine Sun rebuild, as a Rumble and Echo will come in from the Mans.
and these AP junglers are what TFA like to play. They're jungler. TFA Weeaboo likes to play these AP junglers that are really aggressive and like offer a lot to the team fight. As TFA decides to ban out the Echo again, and you know, if I'm ULEA, right, Kobe, and I'm thinking about what happened last game, I want to probably look to play around my top side. Their top side, TFA's top sider on the Shen, he was playing weak side, but he was still doing a lot, and Lucius had a lead. If I was Jesus Juice, I would look to shut down the Shen before he is able to like make it that huge of an impact he did last game. As ULEA might be looking to B1 the Nautilus.
Yeah, Nautilus really definitely a very good pick. Last game for the TFA, but TFA will answer back with the Braum, which we do not see that often. Will be paired with the Jinx. I think Jinx is also a very good ADC. I think it's kind of underplayed a bit, but you know, Jinx can definitely pop off, and Braum with the Jinx will try to keep her safe until she can hit like 2-3 items and then start taking over the game.
And you know, the bot lane for ULEA, they did the Thresh Kai'Sa, and Kai'Sa honestly wasn't able to output as much damage as they needed in last game. And this game they decided to opt for the Sivir. Now, hopefully this is a crit Sivir. Just from like watching some other lethality Sivir players.
No.
I won't name who it is, but
The Lee Center.
the Lee Sinner.
The
As-
IBS Lee Center is coming out here from Unlucky Esports.
It is a good flex between again. Never mind.
Mordekaiser.
That we're just debated. Now, Mordekaiser is a good answer into the Shen, so this dissuades TFA from picking Shen now. And with that wrench in TFA's plan, I wonder what they're gonna be doing. Because if I was TFA's top laner, I would probably look to pick something like a Gnar, something
Yep,
ranged,
there it
something
is.
that harasses
A Gnar.
Mordekaiser. And
Yeah, I
this
guess
one,
you're a prophet.
this Mordekaiser pick, which would have been good into the Shen had TFA picked it, is now instantly countered by the Gnar. And Gnar's team fighting phase is gonna be massive with his ulti.
Yeah, as we're in the second phase of bans, TFA still do not want to play against Yasuo, but ULE did ban the Akali away, which absolutely I think is deserved. And the Zac ban will come through. I don't think we see a whole lot of Zac here, but it's the case. Volibear will come out. I think Volibear is a very good jungler right now. Can definitely fill many holes in your team comp.
For sure, Kobe. And if you look at TFA right now, you need an AP mid laner. Again. And, I mean, Akali is banned away, so I'm not entirely sure what Queen Frost will be looking to play. But he could be looking for something standard like the Orianna, like the Victor or Corki. Or he could be doing something a little bit more on the scuffed side of things, right? We could be seeing a Kayle mid. But that's just my thought looking at this team comp.
Yep. Because the Kayn will come in. I think Kayn definitely does. And Sylas, they definitely suit Yuli's playstyle of, hey, we're gonna play by ear. You know, if Kayn is starts farming the blue orb, going Shadow Assassin, says, nah, I kind of want Ross, can definitely switch to that. You know, Sylas. So far, I don't think has the greatest ults to take. I don't really see a one ult that stand out for me particularly, but what see with the Galio, that can be definitely used by Sylas effectively.
And like we saw last game, TFA, they like to opt for the Wombo combo. Like, if you look at TFA, right, they have the Jinx as the damage, and then they have Gnar ult, they have Volibear ult, Galio ult, and Braum ult. That's a lot of CC that TFA has. And ULEA, although they do have a good combo, they do have Nautilus ult and Kayn damage if he decides to go red game, which I do hope he does. It is a yeah, we do have 4 melees, so I hope he does go red game.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, Kobe, like this is TFA just relying on the Wombo, which is really good to see last game, right? They executed it really well, and I believe they're gonna execute it again really well this game too, and that's how they were able to win that last game. And with that being said, Kobe, we're gonna cut to a short break as we wait for the champions to load in, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in 3 minutes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Game 2 of Unlucky Esports Academy versus the Fallen Academy. Matt Pizza, we didn't talk a whole lot about drafts, but one thing I do notice at TFA, they are a very, very tanky team. So you do want to see the Sivir go for more of a crit build instead of the lethality build, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have bad news for you because Sivir took Dark Harvest.
It's so sad to see, as we might be seeing a 5-man invade into top
Yep.
side. UA did do this last game as Raining Wolves was not paying attention and had to
Oh.
burn his flash.
Yeah, we saw that. Yeah, we did see that out of Unlucky Esports last game, but they will get a Summoner Spell burned off Gnar. Will be very vulnerable early. We definitely wouldn't be surprised to see Kane head up top. Other than that, not a whole lot of funny business. Braum did get a deep ward down into the red side of Unlucky Esports jungle.
Mm-hmm. And Kobe, I know you're not a top laner, you're a support player, but this matchup, Mordekaiser into Gnar, it is a heavily Gnar favored matchup because it is ranged into melee, and Gnar, granted, he isn't as good as he used to be. He's still a pretty strong champion, and the only way Lucius is able to come out of this lane is if he is able to land all of his abilities, and Gnar does not respect them. As we see, both junglers this time decide to start on the bot side of the map, and they will be pathing top, so we will be seeing a little bit of a fight top side for the Scuttle at the special 315 mark.
Yep. Let's go ahead and do Drake prediction. I think it's gonna be Infernal this time because we kind of
Oh, okay.
griefed last game.
You're taking my Drake. I
Oh,
see.
never mind. A big hook coming out from Major Lag will land the auto attack group, but nothing else will follow after that. Galio looks to be straight in pretty comfortably so far, early in mid lane. As here comes the Mordekaiser, looking like to be the bully to the Gnar bully. It's not taking out very well. Oh my, Sivir damage. The Q.
Both
I think
the
he got Dark Harvest from that. I'm not sure.
he's just looking for something in the mid lane as
Actually,
everything's
we have
happening all at once.
Everything's happening. A really good time out for Spring Frost. Should be able to walk away. We'll go back in. Land some damage on the Kane, but other than that, no sums burn either. I actually no. Jinx did burn the heal and bot side.
Mm-hmm. And this lane phase from all three lanes are almost different than what happened last game. Aside from mid was being shoved in, but bot lane is shoving in their bot lane now, and top is again shoving their top in. And now Lucerus does need to be careful. Volibear is now on the top side of the map, and Elite
so
Omega
low.
is so low. And honestly, Kobe, like you did say, for some reason it didn't register with me until right now. That is a lethality Sivir. First
wait,
what
wait.
happened in the
We
mid
missed-
lane?
We're gonna go back and watch this real quick as Sivir almost did take down Braum. Braum only on 1 HP. Let's see what happened here. Looks like
It seems like
Yep.
yes, I was just walked up too far, disrespecting Queen Frost, and Frostblood going over to the Galio.
the
And
solo
Elite
bolo.
Omega is just walking straight so far away from the Sivir Nautilus.
Yeah, Leo
And yeah.
Omega not having a very fun time early in this lane.
We might be seeing a fight in
really-
the top side. Lucerus is pushed out a lot, and TV Weibo Joe does
Oh,
get the
really
stun
good.
off, does get the E
Yeah.
off,
I don't think
But is it
might not be
enough?
enough though.
and
Nope.
it isn't. As Ray Wolves decides to E forward, that was, I mean, hey, it wasn't risky, but it was
Yeah,
a test
Lucius
of
was a very
courage.
good use of the Mordekaiser E, kind of get some space in between him and Volibear. So really well played from here. As yeah, I mean so far Unlucky Esports, their bot lane is dominating really hard. Sivir does have a pretty substantial lead for at the time CS, but TFA with the 1 kill on the board from the Galio solo bolo. I mean, I feel like Galio is also like one of those kind of champions as a Gnar will go in here, win a stun. Could be okay for Lucius though. Will be Gallo kind of is one like the Shin type streams. Like you do not expect them to do like as much damage as they are doing.
Hmm. You
Like,
do
like you
need to.
said, Silas wasn't really respecting the Galio and got punched for it.
Hmm. And like you said, Kobe, like the Silas was just being playing very disrespectfully against the Galio. Um, and in all honesty, right now, Kobe, who do you think like who do you think is in the better state, right? Like just looking at this right now, we have one kill on the map for TFA,
Mhm.
and who do you think is gonna look to fight first?
Look to fight first. I feel like it'll probably be TFA. Honestly, I have to feel like because you do have the Galio ultimate. Kane isn't really a champion right now until he hits form. But Unlucky Esports will be starting. Nope, they will not start up the Ocean Drake, even though they do have Cryo bot side. But I think TFA overall, if Nara can come down and they can Wama combo like their Galio and Nara ult, not sure how quick Volibear will be able to get his ult, but yeah, TFA does have a very good Wama combo. We kind of saw a bit of a Wama combo with the Shin Fiddle ultimates line on top of each other last game. So we know TFA can execute these combos very well. So I feel like TFA do have a bit of advantage here, but it is still not going very good in the bot lane. As a major lag actually might go down here. As
As Valber's looking for the gank, and Major Leg will be going down.
The
Or
heal will be
not.
burning out from Sivir, and Nautos will be able to land the anchor on the turret. He pulled away from that as oh, we might see. No, both
We
top
have
lanes very, very low.
simultaneous ganks happening on both sides of the map. We have the Kane going topside, protecting Lucius from dying, and then in the bottom, Magic was able to just barely survive. He was able to connect the Q with the turret and was able to get away from TFA Weeaboo. Really well played from both teams.
Yeah, I feel like this early game so far has been a bit more calculated than last game. I wouldn't say like we're still seeing some action all over the map, but we're not seeing like the kills really. But it does look like EFA want to secure the first hero, might be poised to start up the Drake. They will be starting up the Drake right now as Galio is getting ganked on right now. We'll land a taunt on the Silas. Kane can't really do anything to follow up. Elite Omega has to be careful though. Elite Omega is very low, and they will not be able to do the Drake
And it looks like
as
they're
of right now.
like you said, it looks like they're just gonna back off of the Drake. They did take the scuttle, and they're just gonna look to get vision on the dragon.
Major Lags looking for a hook here.
Lo-fi foot
as a
fetish.
loan. Yep, will be hooked.
Gets
Weeaboo
engaged
will
on
come in.
as the
Galio
double
ult
Galio
coming
ulti
down. Kane is inside the Jinx right now with the ultimate. Will he be able to have a damn kill? Will get one kill. Like, in the backside of the fight, Queen Frost almost took down Silas and Sivir, but will have to opt to flash from the wall. Overall, a one kill for Unlucky Esports, and that could have been a lot more fighting if things lined up the way they should have. But Unlucky Esports, I think they'll take that all day. Really good by the Kane to get some early kills before form. Because, Kane's not really a champion before gets Shadow Assassin or Ross. And overall, these Rivers fights have been kind of a big storyline in Game 1 and still will be in Game 2, as TFA will be starting up the Ocean Drake right now. I don't think Unlucky Esports will be here in time to contest it, as they will send Galio down for extra security of it. Yep, they will be able to get this one, and it's Cloud.
And like you said, Kobe, that fight in these rivers, they mean so much. And Lo-Fi Foot Fetish was just caught out. That was a huge misposition coming in from the side of TFA. The Jinx was all alone. They did have the Galio ult, but so did UEA. They were able to respond to Galio ult for Galio ult, and at that point, it's just a
I know
whole
Major Lag will land a hook on Elite Omega, still being bullied out in this lane here, but not a very fun game for him so far. But you don't play Braun to be the hero. As a Major Lag will go back in, Rosemary will get the kill, but Weeaboo Joe is coming up. Now it's Luigi's ultimate. And Lo-Fi's Foot Fetish will be staying alive. Will get the one kill. It is a 1-for-1 in the bot lane. A good response from Weeaboo Joe to show up after the initial kill. So yeah, so still a lot of action that happened in bot is like Game 1 too.
And one of these teams, like UEA is trying to go for the isolated 2v2 kills, but unfortunately, it's not isolated. TFA Weebujo is right there, and he is ready to pick up the kills. And that was just good pathing. As we see here, we see TFA Weebujo. He completes the blue, and he's walking down at this moment. Meanwhile, Jesus just is walking away from him. Now, I'm not entirely sure if they knew. They did have vision of Volibear coming in, and Major Light still goes for the hook. And unfortunately, at this point, I think Major Light realized that I'm just gonna die here.
Yep. Smart by Major Lag. You know, you always want your support die instead of your AC. Kind of comes with the nature of the role. Have to sacrifice stuff a lot. And did so well. So yeah, bot lane is kind of back to even after Silver had a very, very good, very early game.
And this time around, UA has the gold advantage. They're up. It's not insane,
That's not
but they are up in about 1k. So the ball's rolling for UEA. They're in a much better position this game than they were in last game. But I'm just worried at how they're gonna respond to the combo that TFA has. This next dragon in 2 minutes and 40 seconds, which is a cloud dragon, by the
As
way.
a Queen Frost might be taken down here. Really good gank. Actually will not get the kill on Silas. Silas living on 1 HP. So yeah, I mean, both junglers, I mean, we've seen this a lot. They kind of respond every time someone's about to die and kind of save them or kill them. As Mordekaiser with a solo bow on top lane on the Gnar.
With the
Yeah, what was
isolated
that about?
kill.
The isolated kill on the
Yeah.
bully.
The bully. I mean, if he now is doing his job, but unfortunately, like he wasn't able to dodge well enough. Nar does have about a wave in creeps, but Elite
So
Omega.
Gold should be like almost about even top lane still, despite that kill.
And the wave is being pushed in, so Brainy Wolves does lose another wave of minions
I
as
guess Kane going in here on Queen Frost yet again. Will taunt both of them. Should walk out of this one okay.
like yeah, Jesus just is trying so hard to make sure that their Silas does not get far behind, and it is working out. The 1 kill lead that Queen First has is now being reduced to nothing. Silas is starting to get the CS leads, starting to get the items, and Silas just is able to scale much better into late game than the Galio. And if you look at Kane, right, like 4 melees on the side of TFA, he's probably going for Red Kane. I mean, I would go for Red Kane if I were you, if I was the Kane.
Yeah, I think that's the right option here as you have more strain on the top side. Production, do we have like any status on how close Kane is to transformation right now? Spectator does not show it, so we do not know. But with the amount of, I wouldn't say ganks, I would kind of say like more like covering for Silas that Kane has been in should be oh nope, he's Ross right now. Never mind. So did get the transformation.
And
will
Kobe, let's
have the
take
gold
a
drinker.
let's look at the we got a TP coming in from the side of TFA. Raining Wolves is looking for the kill on
Nard.
Rosemary.
Rosemary will pop the old spell shield to avoid the Gnar slow. Will kind of get out of there alive. As
Major
Major
Lag-
Lag me engaged on, but Ross the knockup. And Major Lag with the hook. Weebu Joe will pop the ult too. And this is a very extended fight so far. Kane ultimate. Rosemary will end up picking a kill. Mordekaiser did come down, pick up the kill on Jeans. This is a very good fight for Unlucky Esports. And yet again, the bot side fights have been favoring Unlucky Esports, and they will pick up the second Drake, kind of like last game, to see how they can build off that momentum. TFA was the one winning the fights, but Unlucky kind of turning it on them. As you see, Rosemary here will pop the ult, get away from the Gnar, and then we would go. So like, as a support alone, I can kill it. Nope, Kane is there. Kane is doing very, very good right now, and we see the Mordekaiser TP in down the bot. We'll be able to pick up that kill. So really well coordinated fight from Unlucky. There were and Nautilus got the knocks up and what has happened in mid will get cracked by Rift Herald. And so really good fight for Unlucky will lead to a Drake and first turret going down.
Like you said, Kobe, that was a good double TV coming in from side of UA. They were able to see that TFA was overextended and they were able to pick off TFA Weeaboo who only had Lo-Fi Foot Fetish to help. And then the moment TFA Weeaboo was occupied with 2 members of UEA, Lucerus came in, took the Jinx into the Shadow Realm and just solo boloed her right then and there. And with the damage gone from TFA, they no longer had any way to win that fight. The Silas had you still had Silas, Sivir, and Kane there, and it was a 4v5 in favor for UEA. If the Galio was there, it might have been a different story, but I don't think a lot would have changed. That was just a good response by UA.
Yep.
They saw the play and they were very proactive about it.
I can also point out the fact that Kane does have the most farm in the game, farm up very well, and it's like not only just like power farming, but also like being in the lanes, getting dirty, does have the Ross and the Gore Drinker. So, Kane is doing very, very well right now.
And it is gonna be the Infernal Drake, Kobe, so you are 2 for 2 today.
2 for 2. Nice.
I guess you just read the script better than me. I don't know what to say.
Yeah,
And-
Exernian told me ahead of time.
On the leaks, the production leaks.
The leaks. Yep,
As we
you
see-
the Dust Blade coming out from the Sivir. Not what you wanted to see. You wanted more of the on-hit Sivir as Silas does at the flash away and was at more straight in the top. Mordekaiser had sent Gnar to Brazil. Gnar will run under his turret. Oh my, that is a lot of damage coming out from Mordekaiser right now though. Weeaboo Joe's trying to save it, flash in. Will not be able to save the Gnar, but we'll get the return kill on Mordekaiser. So, yeah, 1-4 up in the top side. I'm like, how did Silas die? Oh, Jinx Rocket. Yeah, pro tip, big rockets to the face, it kind of hurt. So, do not take any of those.
So we see in the top side, we had Rennie Wolves getting solo killed by Lucerus. And then
my
the Jinx from Lo-Fi Footfish was able to secure the kill away from the Silo. And then we see TFA Weeaboo flashing, trying to save Rennie Wolves, but it wasn't enough. But still, nonetheless, Lucerus does die, and TFA Weeaboo does get the kill.
Yeah, so we have fighting all over the map right now as Nautilus looks a little lost. Doesn't have anybody in lane, but we'll step up. We'll be fine. Sivir will be coming down, but not.
And right now, TFA Joe is going to be doing second Herald.
But remember, it was third Drake where TFA kind of blew the game open in the river fight as Nautilus will be engaging on the Braum. Braum flashed away. Not a whole lot of damage done, but will have to burn the flash. But yep, but TFA will be doing this Rift Herald. Second Rift Herald, not gonna get a whole lot of value out of it, but still a good thing to have if you want to drop it for Drake.
And now, Kobe, like you did say like last game at the third Rift Herald or third Drake was when TFA blew the game wide open. But if you look at this game right now, they kind of want to do the opposite. Like they want to do what UEA tried to do game 1. They want to look to scale. They have a Jinx, which is a hyper carrying ADC versus a Lethality Sivir. Like late game, sure, the Sivir is gonna be doing a good amount of damage to the Jinx.
I'm cutting you off right here. Oh, the knock up mid dash from the Kane. Nora will be going down. Volibear ultimate will be slamming down, but not enough damage from Volibear on Silas to get a return kill. So a good gank there. Nara is not having a fun time right now. 0, 3, and 1. But yeah, like you said, you need the scaling. But my question is, how is Unlucky Esports going to be able to get on that backline through a Gnar, Volibear, Galio, and Braum? Try to shut down that Jinx. Because I think if you do kill the Jinx, the fight is pretty much over. EFA loses a lot of their damage, and you should be able to clean up that. So, Matt Pisa, how are you going to try and get on the back line of TFA in this fight if you are Unlucky Esports?
I think the answer to that is just Mordekaiser and Kane. Mordekaiser is going to take one of the frontliners away from TFA. And now suddenly you're left with just like a Gnar and a Galio, or even a Volibear and a Galio. Like it's just 2 of those 3 camps are going to be there. And Kane going Rust is going to be so tanky. And he's just going to go in there. He's going to just walk into TFA and he will not care. And while the TFA is focused on Kane, Silas Rosemary, and Rosemary.
Ooh.
They have a chance to do
Look at
their
that spectator
damage.
bug, by the way. It says it's Cloud Drake right now, but it's Infernal. What's going on
Oh,
there,
what
Matisa?
the?
Riot Games, hello. Are you okay? Yeah, but I really have Retail drop mid, and both teams are in the river right now, squaring off.
As it's playing TP Flame coming in from
Oh,
Raining
the
Wolves,
TP
and this
flank
could be
from
massive.
Gnar. Oh, the two-man ultimate on the wall, but Gnar will be going down really quick. Now, how do these teams want to find out? Ross is inside. Oh my
Oh.
goodness. And it is just like game one, but reversed. Unlucky Esports come out top of the third Drake fight and will take it pretty cleanly. It is a 4-0, only Braum alive. Major Lag kind of want to look for Braum, but has no one to follow him. Play
As
4-0 for the side of Unlucky. Very well played. You know, Reina Wolves tried to force the issue there with the Gnar TP flank, but it was not enough to get through the damage that UA has right now.
for sure. With the Gnar TP Fang, UA decided to respond with Lucerus with his own TP Fang just walking up, ulting the Jinx and Lo-Fi Foot Fetish in a 1v1 against Lucerus. He just does not win. And once their damage is gone, then TFA just falls apart, and we just saw that. And unlike game one, UEA is in control of this game. They are absolutely dominating. It is the
Silas needs to be
scorelines
careful here.
have been reversed. I don't think
Oh,
so.
never
Let's be
mind, the
careful.
death
I
push.
think
Well, death
TFA.
push. That's, oh my, you can't even tell here. All of a sudden,
Oh, this was a
Green to get a
mass-
reset city right now. Oh,
This was a massive throw.
Oh, it's a massive throw. The death
This was-
push
That
did not
was.
work out.
They did not have Sivir in the death. That was a massive throw from the side of UEA. The gold gap that was so big previously.
Still a 4K
is now-
goal lead. You know,
It is still a 4K goal lead, but
5K now. Almost,
let's look at what happened here. So Silas was backing. Sivir is already gone from this fight. Silas decided to take Volibear ulti and looks to take a little bit of a bait. But unfortunately, this is what happens when you play front to back against TFA. Lo-Fi Foot Fetish is getting so much damage off, and everyone else is CT locked. Lo-Fi Foot Fetish is just able to free hit and just wipes everyone.
Yeah, Lo-Fi Fetish, like, they did not get on him at all. He's able to free hit, get reset city.
As Raining
No, it's
Wolves
almost there. Actually, Sivir has to flash away. Almost took down Lo-Fi Foot Fetish with the fadeaway boomerang. We'll be able to pick up the Gnar, so maybe lethality was the right answer for Rosemary this game, because that is a lot of damage. Gnar got hit with a boomerang that's tasting his own medicine, as Braum will be engaged on here by Major Lag, but Braum will be able to just walk away.
And if you look at UA, Lucerus 6-2 on the Mordekaiser, huge. And D up Rosemary 306 on the Sivir, massive. And for the side of TFA, you have Queen Frost and Lo-Fi Foot Fetish as their only damage dealers. As we might be looking for a little bit of a flank coming in from TFA, but I don't think we're gonna get it. As Silas might just be looking to run it down towards the Volibear.
Just gonna disengage from the mid. Yeah, I mean, 14-8 on kills does not look like it represents a goal lead very accurately, but Unlucky does have 4 towers compared to TFA's 1, and are knocking on the base of TFA right now.
And this game, unlike game 1 when UA was completely out of the game, at the 20-minute mark in game 1, TFA, they are actually holding on. They are only down 5k gold, and they are only down about 6 kills. Like, it is completely winnable for the side of TFA. They're in a much better situation than UEA was game 1.
Yeah.
But the question is, will TFA get the front to back team fight that they need in order to make their comp work?
Lucius is doing a ton of damage right now, the Gnar. But my question to you, my piece, like, do you pay the QSS tax here if you're TFA? Do you have to if you're someone like the Jinx or like the Gnar even?
I think the answer to that is yes, Kobe, as we see the Negatron cloaks coming in from both Raining Wolves and Lo-Fi Foot Fetish. And in all honesty, as the main damager, Lo-Fi Foot Fetish does need to stay alive and can't afford to get CC'd.
As Lucius might be caught out here. I mean, he is big right now. They kind of hesitate on him, but Weebly Joe will go in, get ulted by the Mordekaiser as the rest of Unlucky will be showing up here to respond to this. Galio right in front of where he was, so not a
That
whole
was
lot
some
there.
anti-synergy right there, unfortunately. Raining Wolves decided to not ult them away out of Queen Frost's heroic entrance. As it looks like the UEA is kind of just in their jungle, just walking down
Yep, you should
towards
be
the
able
Baron.
to run down a river now. We have Infernal Drake spawning in 25 seconds. Yeah, but like Lucerus was buying time. Like the Mordekaiser ult was not meant to like kind of kill, I think, but did buy a lot of time for his team to show up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no kills in that little skirmish top right now, but will force TFA to have to back, and UA will get some River Prio for the Drake. If you're a TFA, I think you kind of give this one. I don't think it's a whole. Yep, as it should just be going down anyway. See what they want to
Yeah.
do here.
Like we just saw, UEA has insane vision control on the bot side of the map, and they're able to just get this dragon, and that puts them on soul point. One more dragon, Kobe, in 5 minutes, and that could be game.
Yep,
Not to say that,
the Sivir and Mordekaiser Infernal, very very scary.
and not to say that if they do opt for this Baron, it could be game there as well. As Diabrospe does need to be really careful, as they might be caught out here.
Everyone's trying to run away. We'll do so, but we do have the QSS coming out from Gnar and Jinx, like I kind of said, and Matthew said a few minutes before, and we have a fight breaking out here. Oh, that's a big Gnar ult from Silas, and TFA just getting dunked through this fight. It looks like. How is Elite Omega staying alive? Very tanky, but will not be enough. As UEA will cleanly win the fight. Sarah picks a triple kill. Wow, that Silas Gnar ult was very, very big. Kind of came out of nowhere, it seemed like, and they will be going to Baron.
And that fight was so... It was a quick fight, and it wasn't even the front to back team that the TFA won. Let's look at what happened. Elite Omega has half a health bar, and Diabrosme activates the Thrill of the Hunt. Raining Wolves goes in, and his Gnar ulti was just obscured by Silas's Gnar ult, and like you said, Kobe, it was just a massive ult.
Yeah, really well used of the Gnar ulti there from Silas, going in, flashing in, getting 4 people stunned up on the wall. As UEA kind of blown up this game now as a 9K goal lead, and do have Baron. How do you want to use Baron if you're UEA, Mapisa?
I think, Kobe, you just kind of just run it down. You have a 10k goal lead. I don't see how you lose the game. You just kind of like, you're just strong. Diabrosme is 607 on the Civ. Like, she is massive. Hey, listen. It just slipped, okay? Twitch. If Twitch is making.
To be fair, they are
production.
really similar.
But yeah,
They are really similar, so I don't blame you for that one. Major Lag will barely miss out on the hook on the Jinx. Yeah, but here we have the NA ARAM special with Baron. Everyone is stacking mid, supporting the Baron powered minion wave up to mid. Protecting the 2 cannon minions.
TFA doesn't have that much wave clear with the Jinx only staying on 1 item. Jinx really needs 3 items in order to be able to do anything here. As the health bars are going low.
Now bot.
Silas is pushing down bot.
Really well. Uses the Baron power play so far from the EA. Will be hidden on the inhibitor now. Through TFA, one of the engage, try to stop them, or if it's let them take inhibitor, they're just gonna take it. Silas will be getting down the bot tower.
Yeah.
And now, oh, here we have a fight breaking out here as Weebly Joe almost goes down. It's on 1 HP right now. Silas doesn't have Braum ulti. They will get the second hit. Are they going to backvote for more? As we have Merit Large engagement on the Gnar. Gnar is now mega. Can TFA hold off this fight? Weebly Joe will go down. The silver damage is a lot. And that life steal, oh my goodness, a life steal from Silas is crazy. That might just be game here. They're going to end it down. And that will be a quick and clean game 2 out of Unlucky Esports as they want to farm more kills and will get the ace before the game ends. And we have a 1-1 series. We're going to game 3.
And Jacob, wow, that was spectator bug. But yeah, if we look at this post-game matches, the Diab Rosemary doing so much damage for the side of
Oh,
UA.
Lethality Sliver.
33,000. Lethality
You're
Sliver, I guess,
griefing.
was the call there. I mean,
You're griefing trying to get him to go crit. But yeah, like I said, before draft, unlucky. They do kind of seem like a team, like they can get dominated one game, but the way they play, they can come back and dominate you the next game. And I wouldn't say it was like a complete domination like game one, but a very, very clean and quick game out of Unlucky Esports in game two. And we're gonna go to a short break for game three. Do not go anywhere. It should be a banger. Matt P, so you have anything to say before we go to break?
nah, just we'll be right back, folks.
Yep. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to game number 3. We have gone to This Is Here in this match of the Fallen Academy versus ULE. The Fallen Academy taking game 1, and then ULE taking game 2. Both games in pretty convincing fashion for both teams. Matt Pizza, do you think ULE found what they wanted against the Fallen Academy and should kind of run that back, or do you think that the Fallen Academy is going to try to mix up their game plan and ULE needs to kind of adjust to it?
I think Kobe, ULEA, they realized that TFA likes to play for the wombo and decided to pick a comp that deals really well into that wombo. They picked the Kane, the Mordekaiser, who are really good into the wombo, and TFA realized that the Mordekaiser was just a bit too much for them to handle and decided to just ban it away alongside the Echo and the -1 sub ban that they have.
And the Nautilus ban will come through as well, but no
But-
more Nautilus as we see game 1 and 2.
But like you said, Kobe, I do think TFA does need to switch up their strategy. The strategy of full-on team fight, CC, wombo combo isn't working out again. And in response to that, they decided to B1 the Morgana. Now this could be a flex to the jungle, mid, and support position. Granted, jungle Morgana was nerfed, so more likely than not, it's either going support or mid.
Yeah, for sure. Morgana could definitely be viable in mid, jungle, and support right now. I definitely agree with you. But we have a jungle pick coming out first. The Sejuani duty coming through for the side of Unlucky Esports.
And Sejuani is a really unique pick. ULEA, with the Sejuani pick, they're probably going to look to pick melee solo laners, because that synergizes really well with Sejuani's passive. Now, showing your Sejuani this early in the draft phase is really risky, as TFA could easily just pick the Trundle here, and that makes Sejuani's life just bad. And ULEA decides to pick Thresh.
I agree with you, but I also kind of want to reiterate your point too with the Thresh here. I think picking the Thresh kind of this early, you're not 100% sure that's a Morgana jungle, right? And we just seen the Thresh come out from ULE in game 1. It did not look very great, but the Ezreal will be locked in for the Fallen Academy. Like we said, kind of took over game 1 with the amount of damage coming out with the Divine Sunderer build.
And Ezreal is a really contested pick because Ezreal does a lot of damage, and in the right hands, it is a really powerful pick. As TFA decided to pick the Shen top. Blinding Shen is a really risky move, from what I've known, and ULE decides to respond with the Quinn top. Now, that is a unique pick, and it is. I haven't seen a Quinn top in forever. So unless this guy is like some Quinn prodigy that I've never heard of, then I don't know. This is a really sketchy pick.
It's Tyler 1.
It's a really sketchy pick.
Yeah.
In my mind, when I think of Shen Condos, and I guess production is telling me that this guy is the Quinn god himself, and that he is absolutely going to just smurf on the Shen. So,
Yep, 68% win rate in 44 games. That is a very good win percentage on any champion. But must feel very comfortable into the Shen matchup here. Try to bully him out of lane very early. But if Shen does go in with whoever TFA jungler be, that Quinn is very vulnerable because Shen does have the taunt, does have the W, and will be able to neglect a bunch of damage from right here. So, Unlucky Academy feeling very confident in the abilities of their top laner on this Quinn. As we get through second phase of bans, as Caitlyn will be picked. Caitlyn taken away. No, not even taken away because Ezreal already picked, but Caitlyn looking to kind of outpoke Ezreal a bit early in this lane.
Caitlyn Thresh is a good bot lane into presumably the Ezreal Morgana. Looks like TFA is gonna run back on the Silas, I believe. And we didn't really talk about the bans, Kobe. So did ULEA decided to keep up with the Akali ban. They don't want Queen Frost getting out of hand again, and they picked up the Zac ban as well. For the side of TFA, they decided to ban Yasuo and Varus, and with the Leona pick in B5, it is now cemented into the Morgana jungle, Sylas mid, Echo, or not Echo, wow, Ezreal, Leona bot lane into the Caitlyn Thresh. Now,
Yeah, Leona can definitely be looking to punish that Thresh early. That's one of the things I had kind of like a gripe about with ULE picking Thresh very early again. Because you're not 100% sure that Morgana's going to be a spot. Oh, is that a Yone?
and it seems to be a Yone
It's a
mid.
Yone. Wow.
Now that is a really unique pick coming in for
Yep.
the side of ULEA. Like I said, Kobe, Sejuani works really well with melee users, melee champions, and Yone, he's melee. So I expect to see Sylas getting the treatment, getting the little Sejuani camp set up in his lane, and it's honestly going to depend on if Morgana is going to be able to help out the Sylas, because if not, this Yone could turn into a huge problem for the side of Unlucky, or for the side of TFA.
You're definitely right about that. Good thing is, if Yone doesn't go in, TFA, they do have a very decent amount of CC with Morgana, Shen, Leona, and even Sylas. So, Pisa, if you're both of these teams, how do you want to play out this game? How do you want to play these fights that are going to happen in Game 3?
I think TFA is going to go for the classic 4-1 Shen ult down to help out the fights. Whereas ULEA, they're going to try to look around to make plays with the Quinn roaming around, getting the Yone fed and ahead, and Sejuani doing a lot of the ganking, because Sejuani can't really clear, isn't able to match Morgana's clear speed, but she can gank, and she can do it really well. But nonetheless, Kobe, we're going to go to a quick break once more for this final best of 3 match against TFA and Unlucky Esports Academy. So don't go anywhere. We will be back in 3 minutes on the clock. See you then, folks.
fire makes my city look so bright. Close your eyes and just stay tight. We have to go. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This journey will relieve us. Stay with me while we leave. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This journey will relieve us. Stay with me. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This journey will relieve us. Stay with me while we leave. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This journey will relieve us. Stay with me.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are in game for game 3 of the series. Unlucky Esports taking game 2 pretty convincingly. As Matt Pisa, what are your predictions for this game?
I mean, so UEA, they like to, get their do stuff early. They don't like just sitting 5 pointing. They like to invade, and we see TFA is prepared for that. They do get the ward in. They do
It
spot
will be
UA
caught
coming in.
out though.
And are
Yep.
they gonna fight this? Is my real question, Kobe. And I guess they're not. I guess they're just backing off, letting UEA come in. They're trading vision though, which is really good. But in all honesty, Kobe, this top lane is what I want to focus on the most. We have Quinn with the Ignite, PTA, and Cold Start. Like, that is some insane Quinn mechanics coming in. Now, Lucerus is a Quinn main. He is a Quinn top main. And in all honesty, those are the scariest types of top laners. A good Quinn is impossible to play against. And Raining Wolves, that Shen into Quinn matchup, it is not fun to play. I've played that maybe once or twice, and I absolutely despised every single second of it. Because once the Quinn gets ahead, gets to level 6, her global presence is almost equivalent to that of a Shen. Now,
Yep, we'll be able to move around the map very quick as we have no funny business coming out in level 1. Up to trade a vision both in bot and top side. But like you said, like this Quinn is something to be afraid of if Quinn does get ahead early. It's already bullying out the Shen. Takes it down to a bit above half health, but going with the cold start. Definitely want to cash that in later. Confident enough in the farming.
for sure. We do see both junglers starting on the opposite sides of the map this time again. Similar to game 1. So we won't be seeing what happened game 2. Now, it was advantageous for TFA game 1 to do this. I'm not entirely sure if the same can be said about this game. Because with Sejuani being on the top side, their Shen could get dove, and Lucius could be able to pick up the kill and is able to snowball off of it. So, honestly, this Morgana is gonna have to do something. Is gonna have to pull out a miracle in the bot side of the map in order to make what might happen top work.
Yep, definitely. As we have a bit of trading go down bot lane, but you know, as VBU's premier top laner, how do you feel about these like matchups if you're on like the Shen side of it? If you're just getting poked out by like a ranged top laner, is it like all mental, not to like kind of mental boom is to go in, like you have to kind of wait it out, or what do you think about that?
It's all honestly right here is the scariest part for the ranged top laner. The wave is pushed in, and Shen does have a good amount of HP. And Shen's EQ, Empowered Qs, will do a lot of damage to Lucerus if Lucerus isn't careful. And Shen's doing a good job of getting the CS without losing too much of a health bar. And it seems like Lucerus is probably just going to get the cheater off, as both Scuttles are going to be traded on the opposite sides of the map. And nothing crazy is going to be happening. Both jungles are going to look to invade, but nothing's going to be there. As mid lane might be their first thought. Morgana is roaming and she is spotted. Green Frost diving the Sylas. And you know, Kobe, Dragon, it is Infernal Drake. I don't believe we did predictions, so what are your thoughts on this? What did Dragon
I'm gonna
say?
go Cloud.
You're going Cloud? Alright, I'll
Try to
go
go 3
Ocean.
for 3.
Okay, going big or going home, I guess. But I mean, yeah, not much is happening. Like you said, Kobe, we're farming. And the hook is gonna land onto Leona, but I don't expect that much damage to come in.
Yep, Leona just press W and give us some damage. Yeah, says Wani going in here on top of the Sylas. Will get knocked up. Will not get stunned up. Will now get stunned up. Sylas is safe for now. Yeah, but like he said, you know, Sejuani pairs really well with the melee mid laners.
And Shen, the wave is gonna be pushing it into Lucerus, and that is not a freezable lane. So the lane will reset and come back into Raining Wolves. Good lane management coming in from the Shen. As we're seeing a gank in the bot side.
Here. Hook will land on Leona. Leona has to flash away from that. Here comes Morgana trying to save it. Oh, but Sejuani's rooted. And if Sejuani will go down. But Shen TP'd. And that is a disaster. Oh, major failed his flash over the wall. This will be possibly a 3 for 0. Yep, 3 for 0 for the side of TFA. And like game 1 and 2, all the action early happened on the bot side of the map.
No, I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure that was just a cast of book, but those were some really long range Shen outers. Let's see how this fight broke out again, right, Kobe? So we do see the Treasure coming in onto the Leona. The Flay coming in, stunning both of them. But TFA Weeaboo is there. And then they're not focusing Ezreal. And then Raining Wolves has TP and Lucius doesn't. And then, okay,
That's
take a look at these
painful.
Shen autos though. These were the most like, whoa, what's going on here? So, boom, auto. He
Whoa.
autoed. He flashed
Whoa.
and placed an auto. Like,
Right.
what is going on there?
Right, games, yeah, and also Major not making his flash over the wall. It kind of hurts to see, but yeah, I mean it's still like it's exactly like game one. You know, unlucky they want to force the issue, but then oh here comes Weeaboo Joe on the response, and TFA won the fight. But this time they will not get first straight yet. It's like since Wani wants to kind of solo it, we'll bring up the bot lane, should be able to secure it pretty easily. Wait, Drake predicts map. So where did you go?
I believe I said Ocean.
Ocean, okay.
And it's gonna be Cloud,
Oh.
so it could be either you or me. As we see the Quinn roaming from the top lane. Now, even with that huge time spent in the bot lane, Shen is still even in CS to this Quinn, which is really good to see. This is how Shen is able to win this lane. Shen has a kill and is even in CS. That is the best situation you could ask for Shen into Quinn. And
Yep.
as I said, the best situation. This could be a freeze if Lucius tries to hold it. And a freeze right now for Raining Wolves, it could be disastrous.
For sure. But yeah, Rain Wolves doing really well in this match so far, like you said. Very impressive stuff for him, getting around the map. Also keeping up in farm too. Not the easiest thing to do against the Quinn and top lane. But yeah, we have yet again almost a 2K goal lead for TFA early. Seems like these games kind of be playing back and forth, but on different teams. Ezreal is 2-0-1. That is very good. Get him Divine Thunder very early. So we'll have to see what happens here.
The Ezreal
in a lot of the
is
series. I'm sorry, go ahead.
the Ezreal is just really massive, Kobe. Like you said, like 2-0, and like he has the Sheen, he has the tier, and he has a fully completed Ionian Lucidities. Like he's a scary boy. Low 5-foot fetish.
Yep, for sure. But like a lot of the series hasn't been like dependent on the lanes alone. It's been the junglers doing much of the work. We do have a straight up on here. Rain Wolves might be going down. Morgana will pop the ult. We'll press a W. We'll stay alive. Gets a kill. Really well played lane out so far from Rain Wolves, and he will pick up the kill on the Quinn.
That was a
With the
good
help of
use of
Morgana.
the Shen Spirit's Refuge. Blocking up the autos so he's able to live through the ignite.
Yeah, a very
Mm-hmm.
well
As at the
played
same time, we're getting some tradings done in the bot side. There's a little bit of back and forth trading actions. Nothing crazy, as mid lane is just vibing, doing nothing. As Jason just could be looking for a gank.
Nice
And,
cool.
Kobe.
Hope Yone push up the wave. Yep.
If you are UEA, what's your next plan? What is your game plan?
Yeah, because I offer here because Quinn will be going in. Yone with the ult, and Yone is gonna run play. Yone might go down. Yone is gonna die. Raiden Wolves with the ultimate coming in. Now 3-0 will go on the Quinn. Lands a taunt. Morgana Bynum will go wide. Quinn has to run for her life right now. Might be able to get away. We'll have to see. Weeaboo Joe does have the flash. Does not need it. Lands a root. Then is 3-0-1, almost 4-0. But wow, playing very well in this matchup. But if I was UAE, I was about to say before that, you have to play out the Drake fight because that's been the main deciding factor in these games so far is the Drake fights. But TFA doing a very good job. The Shen is looking very big right now. It's just wanting to come down bot lane, trying to get a low 5 foot fetish. We'll have to burn the flash away. Major is gonna go back in. Let's put some minion. We'll burn the ult.
That's so unfortunate.
IBS stress right there. Very unfortunate. Yeah, but Yone went way too far in. Morgana showed up, rooted Yone under tower, and Yone just died. And then after that, Quinn's like, yep, I'm gonna try to get out of dodge, but you kind of can't because Morgana root lasts like about 7 years approximately. As Weeaboo Joe does look good. I'm gonna start up the Rift Herald will not. Lucerus is here to cover, bringing Sejuani. They might just do return themselves now, or we might have a fight breakout. It is 2v3 right now. Sylas still in mid lane to see what they want to do. Lucerus will go in on the Morgana. Morgana will die. Lucerus gets a kill. Shin has to run. Will get caught by oh, that's a big Yone ultimate. Rain of Wolves might be able to survive here. Oh, nice knockup from Yone. Queen Frost running. Oh, barely dodges the hook with the blast cone. Now have to flay up. It's under tower, very low
This might
health.
be a dive.
Let's get dodged. Oh, oh my goodness. Wait, no way. This might be outplayed since we're here. Nope, almost. Did very well to get the 1-for-1. But after all of that, Unlucky Esports, no, they pick up a few kills. Oh my.
Oh
Leona.
my
Yep.
god. Okay, Elite Omega fighting forward.
Oh, yeah, so we don't
Leona
see- yeah, yeah.
Sulfur does miss.
Unlucky Esports will get the Rift Herald and a few kills to get themselves back in the game, and not stopping now as we do have the Drake spawning up right now. TFA have 4 members here. That would be a great spot for a Leona ultimate, but we also what happened. We don't talk about it.
And it seems like TFA is just gonna do this dragon as a lot of people on the side of UA have to reset, and it is just a free dragon for the side of TFA. And if you look at TFA, right, their Shen is massive. I believe
I'm
he
3 for
is
3.
building a Renun's Almond first. I'm not entirely sure. Might be
Makes
just sitting
sense
on a
for
lot
the
of
Quinn.
components. As yeah, Renimos is having a lot of fun dealing with the Quinn, who is just constantly harassing him every time he goes for CS. As the stun connects, and Lucerus is just almost
What is
dead.
that damage? What is that damage? Oh my
That was
goodness.
turret damage
Oh, the
plus
power. I
the
didn't even see
empowered Q
power
damage.
go up. I was like, wow.
That
Yeah,
is a
Rain of
lot of
Wolves
damage.
doing very, very well this game against Quinn. But my
Imagine,
pizza, I am
is
3 for
walking up-
3.
Looking for the hook. Looking for Lo-Fi foot fetish as Leona's just walking away from Lo-Fi.
The hook will land on the Leona. Black suited. Will not get the playoff. Ezreal point blank ults the Thresh. And there's some really low health on the side of Unlucky Esports here. Juice will be going down to the
And
Morgana.
it is a disaster for the side of UEA.
Disaster.
Like we said, Kobe, by pathing on the opposite of Jesus Juice, TFA Weeble is able to show up at the right places at the right time. Look at this guy. He is here before the Sejuani, and he is able to like dissuade major lag far enough to the point where Elite Omega lives, and Lo-Fi Footfish is able to get so much damage out with his Ezreal ulti, and once Queen Frost joins the fray, it's just so doomed.
Yeah, it's looking very grim here for Unlucky Esports so far. Game is still relatively close. It is a 3K goal lead. It's not the end of the world for Unlucky Esports. I want to see Yone pop off personally. I think if anyone's gonna carry the game, it's gonna be the Yone. He's gonna just pop off 1v9, put it on Synapse. But yeah, TFA, they're playing very, very well. And they kind of been playing very well, like game 1, like everyone. There's not one person in particular kind of point out. I guess you can kind of say Rain of Wolves because of the matchup and the nature of that matchup. Been doing very well, but the whole team's been doing pretty good this game. As yeah, Silent or Yone might just get collapsed on here. We'll get stunned up. We'll go back. Oh no. Okay, I was about to say they kind of griefed it, not waiting for Yone to snap back, but.
And it seems like Jesus might have misclicked the Rift Herald instead of the word, because that's not a Rift Herald placement you want to be doing when your mid lane is
We are
getting
getting engaged
shafted.
right now. A lot of games going down. Queen Frost will be able to block the Caitlyn ultimate, keeping Elite Omega alive for now. Goes back in.
my
Oh
God.
my goodness! That damage coming out from the Morgana and Sylas. And Elite Omega almost died to Rift Herald actually. It can damage you if he runs right into you. So okay, so we're just having training back and forth here. Major Lag will go in. I don't think you want that fight. Sylas is just life stealing with his W like crazy. Yone's gonna pop back in. Field goals, the ultimate will get chunked out. Has to go back. Elite Omega is still somehow alive. Still of some very low health bars from both sides right now as they Supposed to say, all right, that's enough. We're gonna go back now. Lo-Fi Footfest kind of wants to go in. Oh, hit the Caitlyn. Oh,
That's unfortunate. But yeah, like we said, Kobe, that was some interesting plays. The Silas did, not so. Yone did have to burn his TP to get back into the fray over there. And if you look at the scoreboard right now, it is 3 kills for UEA, and most of them are on the Quinn. And
Quinn.
Lustress, even having a majority of the kills, is still down in gold. And it seems as though everyone on the side of TFA has a gold lead aside from Queen Frost. But that is because of the nature of this matchup. He is down in CS into the Yone. Yone is a very aggressive champion with the fleet footwork, keeping him sustained. But he's doing really good. Like we saw the amount of damage that Queen Frost is able to output.
as we have a Shin ulted in on top of the Silas here, misses the taunt. Yone will be able to walk back out. Major lag is here. They do want to find something. We'll find out. We'll find a Leona. Zenith Blade barely misses on Leona. But yeah, Shen did build Warmog's first set of the Raina's Omen. What do you think about that, Mapisa?
I do think I was kind of confused with what he was building, but but the Warmogs is the way to go. Warmog's first on Shen is really strong and allows him to just be a menace in the split push. As Queen Frost does use Threshold to dissuade Lucerys from killing them. And you know, Kobe, let's take a look at these builds, shall we? So Quinn does have the
We
Kraken
might not have
Slayer.
time to. Mapisa is Shin to go back in on Lucerys. On Yone. Yone staying alive for now, very low health bars. This looks like a very good position to engage from. If you are inside TFA and the river, Elite Omega will go in and not find any follow-up, really. We have a TP coming down right now from the Silas. Silas will go in. Ezreal bursts down. Thresh, Lucius, how are you still alive? Ezreal will take care of Lucius too. And very, very clean out from TFA, but you know, minions doing work. They get first turret, but TFA will head to Drake after that mid fight. We're not seeing like a whole lot of river fights. I would say that fight was mostly in mid lane this game. Like compared to game 1 and 2, like all the fights are pretty much in the river. But
We see the Sulfur connecting onto the Dresh, I believe. No, onto Jesus, onto the Sejuani, my bad. And we have the Queen Frost's TP coming in, and this TP is immense. It splits Caitlyn from the rest of our team, and it allows Ezreal to walk up and hit his Qs. And just look at the damage that Ezreal is doing with those Qs and those Morgana Qs. Like, it is so much damage coming in from the side of TFA, and unlike game 2, this is now in the complete opposite direction. TFA has a 10 gold, or not 10k, whoa, has a 5k gold lead
5K.
with 10 kills.
yep.
Like, it is, they are
Yeah, for sure,
rolling.
yeah. Like you said, is Divine Thunder Ezreal build. Very, very high damage. We'll be building the Manamune next. Start stacking the tier right now. Ezreal's gonna ult the wave, clear it out a bit, get some damage down, Sejuani and Caitlyn.
And,
So
like, this game, UEA has to do something. They have to find some way to get back into this game. Because as this game goes on, the Shen is just gonna be unstoppable in the split push. Quinn will not have the damage to kill the Shen. And Yone is just too far behind in order to contest the Shen as well. The Shen is the most pivotal pick for TFA, and he is turning into the strongest pick as well.
yeah, for sure. Like we thought, on Shen versus Quinn, you know, Quinn's gonna bully very hard, especially Lucius Quinn. But kind of the opposite, you know, Shen not only in lane, cemented his dominance over the Quinn, but also the bot lane, the early TP from him, where the weird little ranged auto attacks things came in. It looked kind of weird, kind of sus, you know. Might have to chrono break the game. That would definitely be a pause in pro play for sure. If Shen was like auto attacking from ADC range, but yeah, very, very well played for him. It's like game 1 too. He had a very good game 1 on the Shen as well, but the TFA definitely in control of this game.
And just look at the items built, right, Kobe? Like, everyone on the side of UA has one item, their first Mythic. Whereas TFA, they have Mythic plus almost a second item. right?
Yeah,
Like,
true. Yeah, Ezreal's got mana being built.
like it is a scary, scary time to be a UEA fan. But even with
Mike gonna
this,
turn off here? No, no Rift Herald Shores, no turret damage. Wasted Rift Herald. As they kind of want to
Lead-
go back in, and it looks like.
and unfortunately, it does solo player does or not for the Leona's E does not connect, and they are now dissuaded. Now Shen is splitting in the top lane, still doing Shen things, vibing in the top lane, and Dragon is up in a minute and 50 seconds while the Baron is up. This is gonna be a pivotal point because this marks soul point for TFA, and they really want to get it. Whereas for UEA, this will stall out the game long enough for them to skill, long enough for Yone to be the threat that UEA needs.
Yeah, for sure. You expect way more. I thought Lucius is getting shunked down. Oh my goodness! A lot of damage coming out of here. Major lag will go down. Yone with a pretty nice ultimate, but will not be enough to kill any member of TFA. As they're just gonna hit with the Morgana Binance Simulator. You're gonna wait 7 years and you're gonna be dead after it, hopefully. But I mean, wow. Weebu Joe, I don't think we talked about it a lot. As Silas will go back on Caitlyn. Caitlyn trying to escape. Morgana will pick up the clean ace, the 5-0 coming up for TFA. As they
And that is a
push down
clean
first, but
ace coming in the side. So let's look at what happened here, Kobe, right? So we have Thresh in the Raptors. He was gonna back, but no, he decided to go into the Raptor spin. Lucius coming in, and then right here, Lucius got hit by the Morgana Q, the solo thriller, and the Ezreal ulti, and Lucius was just taken out of the fight. Major got the hook, and Yone was able to get such a good ulti, but he just doesn't have enough damage to follow it up. And with those 3 champions being taken out, the rest of them just fell. Caitlyn is not in a strong position. She's 0-2 down in CS, and unfortunately, that fight right there just
Lucius
costed
might
them
want
the
to look out.
game.
There's an Ezreal there. Back off for now, but I don't think we gave enough credit to Weebu Joe. Like, he's been hitting these bindings very, very well. I don't think, because like he just hit 3 really hard to hit bindings, in my opinion, I think, in that fight alone, and was killed off of those bindings alone. So really well played for him. Unlucky Esports looking to start up the Drake, but Yone is just gonna collapse on. We'll pop Immortal Shield Bow. Leona ult barely hits the outside edge of Yone. Yone will be able to run away for now. Silas is hunting him down right now, but Caitlyn, you are the wrong side of Summoner's Rift. Finally coming out.
So many flashes.
That is a dead Caitlyn. But on Lucky Esports, they did get the Drake at the end of the fight, so delaying the game a bit longer. Hopefully, trying to scale up more. But I don't know how you're gonna out damage and out team fight TFA. They look so good right now. TFA, they're gonna start up the Baron with the death timer on Caitlyn, 14 seconds. Elite Omega has to be a bit careful. We'll pop the honey fruit, get a bit more healthy.
As TFA, they're gonna start Baron, and let's see if the Sejuani is able to steal. Now remember, Kobe, with this match changes, it is now a 50-50 at all levels.
Yep.
And
Definitely
Green Frost
remember
looking
that,
to just
and
zone.
Green Frost is zoning, but 3v1 zoning or 1v3 zoning very well played as TFA get off the Baron, looking for picks, trying to see if they can farm that Baron, but kind of said to them kind of stay on Baron after Queen Frost did a really good job of zoning, but will not, and they'll have to back off. Now, if you're on Esports, do you want to try to do Baron here? It's really risky, but you know that everyone on their team is back, but they will not have time for killers right now.
I don't believe
from Caitlyn
Unlucky.
coming in.
Yeah, I don't think Unlucky has the damage to do Baron, Kobe. Like, their Caitlyn is only 1 item, and their Quinn is only 1 item, whereas the Ezreal is almost completed with his Frozen Heart, and is going to be doing so much more damage.
Yeah, for sure, you know, Caitlyn does a decent amount of damage early game. You kind of fall off mid game, but you do come back and hit hard late game when you scale up. But the Master is only on the Kraken Slayer and a few longswords right now. Yeah, but like I said, like Ezreal is he's on that Frozen Heart already. After that, it might be game. So as Raiden Wolves looking to make a fight, will take not any damage whatsoever. As Leona will go in, the Master slide away from that one. As On esports, you gotta run away. You cannot fight TFA right now. They are very strong. The health bars are definitely on the side of TFA. Major lag. Oh no.
Oh my god,
The
barely
Biden
gets out.
and Zenith Blade barely missing out on major lag. Criminal activity almost being right there, but will not die. Silas with the coin ult, looking to go fast, try to get on the Yone. Nope, will die. Oh, really nice Yone ult. Well, I don't think it should be enough. No, the Silas. Oh, the Silas does go down. This might be a fight. No, it will not because Unlucky Esports, you only have 2 people there. TFA brought almost their whole team there. You did not win that.
And Kobe, it was so close, the Shen ult to being cancelled. Like, Queen Frost had the Shen ult coming in, and if the Shen ult was able to be cancelled, if Queen Frost did die just a second earlier, that fight would have been won for UEA. Shen wouldn't have been able to join the fight, and it would have been a 2v2. But unfortunately, Shen was able to join there, and they were just able to just obliterate UEA. And this
No,
is
Baron
a
is secured by
secured-
TFA, but Brady Woods will go in. And Lo-Fi Foot Fetish is godlike now. Oh my goodness. WQ, half health of Thresh as Shen is going to try to run down. Decides back off, play it safe. We have Cloud Drake spawning in a minute 20. But if you're Unlucky Esports right now, Cloud Drake is definitely what you not want to see because, like, not to the fact that kind of I think Syndra is way more better off of a TFA, but it's not like an Ocean or Inferno where you can kind of come back into the game off of that alone. Drake's are 2-2. You know, TFA about an 8K goal lead, 22-4 in kills. Towers are even, Drakes are even. The TFA definitely large and in charge in this game on the Baron power play, looking to crack the base of Unlucky Esports.
And TFA is just so strong right now that they can just walk down. As Major Light gets a good hook onto Queen Frost, but it isn't enough. And we see that
Be
the
very,
mid
very
turret
careful. You know, Miracle
is being
Fight to kind of
sieged.
come back in this game. Ezreal will get ulted. Glacial Prison will come out from Sejuani. But they can't do anything. Like, TFA gonna back off because if you go in, you know, you're just gonna get dumpstered on. TFA is so far ahead right now. There's not a lot you can do if you're Unlucky Esports. As we keep poking at this mid tower.
And Kobe, even if you get a pick onto the Ezreal, this isn't an ADC. this is a tank, man. Divide Cinder as we have a fight going on.
Quinn is dead. Quinn, you are not in the right position right there. Inhibitor will be taken. TFA, are they strong enough to end the game right here and now in the series? No, they're gonna back off, do a safe play, go take the third Drake for them. One will be on Soul Point.
And Kobe, like I was saying, this Ezreal, even if he gets caught, even if he gets the Giovanni ult, he's so tanky. Like, UEA does not have the damage to kill him in that short CC spend that Sejuani ult provides. Or even Threshock. Like, he's able to...
do if you go in as Thresh, you're probably gonna get popped right away because that's how strong TFA are. And
Oh my God.
goodness, WQ over a half health. The Master. Ezreal is very, very strong right now. Morgana's also doing a lot of damage too. Don't forget about Morgana damage. 8-1 and 13 on Morgana, 7-0-9 on Ezreal, 0-0-16 on Leona. TFA kind of having a field day with almost 20 kills up on their opponents right now. Will be taking the bot, tier 3, cracking the base, getting inhib. Shin will get hooked. He can't really do anything though. You do negative damage to him right now. As they're just gonna back off.
This is
top
splitting.
side. Yep.
And yeah, Kobe, like this game is just one for the side of TFA. As like Queen Frost might be going a bit too crazy with the TP. But yeah, this game is like all we want for the side of TFA in my mind, because just look at the gold gap. It is an 8k gold gap, 19 kills on the board for TFA, and it seems like this game is probably going to be stalled out until the next fair. 2 minutes and 30 minutes, or 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And yeah, I mean, Kobe, if you are UEA, what are you hoping for? How are you trying to win this game?
You're hoping all of TFA disconnects from the game or all their computers break, something like that, because they are so far ahead. I don't even think there's any shot in hell of coming back if you are on the side of Unlucky Esports. TFA kind of in control of Summer's Rift right now. They can do as they will. As Quinn is gonna go on the Shin. I don't know if you want that though. You are gonna Kraken Slayer, but the whole team's here. This is how you get back into games. You find picks, but Raiden Wolves will have a really nice flash over the wall. Will escape to safety, and like I just feel so bad if you're unlucky. You know, you think, oh, we finally found a pick. I mean, like Shin barely escapes. Really nice flash out of Raiden Wolves.
And now the 4-wheel mid need to be really careful as UA is looking to make something happen.
Yeah, but it's just like, what can you do if you're unlucky? Esports, not a whole lot, as you know, Quinn is in the back line. Silas will be going in. Pops the W almost full heals him, by the way. Oh no, that's the Shin shield too.
The Shen Shield
For the
coming in clutch,
yeah.
and with that one pick, it is now a 4v5 for the side of UEA, and this might be game, folks. We might not even see the Baron happening in 45 seconds.
Yeah, I don't think we will. I think EFA can just kind of out poke and just run it down with these super minions run it in the base. And Leona will go in, and that will be a really nice ultimate used by Silas. Leona to go down instantly, and this should definitely be game here. Leona, please stay alive. You have no deaths. Get the flawless game. Caitlyn, there's not a whole lot you can do either, so you're just gonna get ran down. It's staying alive very well. Really nice footwork. No, Lee Omega does go down. Ruin the perfect game. Quinn will trade his life for that. But
And
that will be game here.
Just getting some exit kills as the game is now over. TFA comes out on top 2-1 against UEA. And Kobe, what a great game coming in. The early game was played a little bit slower than the previous two games, and then once the triple kill happened bot side for the Ezreal, that's when things went south. That is when Ezreal became online, and he did so much damage with the gold that he got. He did 29k. That was insane. But yeah.
2019 there, yep. Divine Thunder, Ezreal, very good. Yeah, so TFA will take down Unlucky Esports 2-1 as they improve to 4-1, right? Yeah, 4-1. And Unlucky Esports will now be 3-2. It's a weird series because it was a kind of a close series, but the games not kind of show that at all. Being a good games to both sides. Might be a potential future playoff matchup. And Matt Pisa, do you have anything else to say before we end?
It was just a great match, great, well played from both sides, and I thank you again for having me on the casting desk for once and not the analyst desk. This was an enjoyable experience.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah.
thank you for filling in. You know, Cole wasn't here, so I gotta take over play-by-play. Hope you guys bared with me enough with that. It's kind of new to me, but yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in week 7.